There is nothing you cannot accomplish if you really want to do it. And it has never occurred to me that there was something I wanted to accomplish, particularly for women, that I couldn't do if I really set my mind to do it. I joined the Women's Forum in 1974. Eleanor Guggenheimer called together a group of women innovators to form a new organization. It was to be an answer to the Old Boys Network, and I was one of those women, and we called ourselves the Women's Forum. All of this happened to me at a moment which was very strategic. NBC had me going out to Chicago to a meeting at Foot Cone Building because I was assigned to produce a series called The Nation's Future. And when I came out there, they introduced me to everybody, and there was one woman. And she was an executive. She was a vice president of Foot Cone Building. And when we were alone, she said to me, "Isn't it wonderful? We're the only women in the organization. I'm the only woman executive at Foot Cone Building, and you're the only one at NBC." And I said, "No, I don't think that's wonderful. I think that has to be changed, and I'm going to do everything in my power to change that." And right after that, I had a call from Ellie asking me to come and telling me about the New Girls Network. I was never shy. My mother was born 100 years too soon, way ahead of her time. My mother convinced me of self-confidence, that I can trust my own judgment, and that when it's right, I have got to fight for it. And that's part of being a leader. Never be afraid to fight for what you really believe is the truth. As the first woman producer, I had an opportunity to do many things for the network and for myself. For example, I went to China and signed a contract, an exclusive contract with the Chinese government to do the first film of the People's Republic of China after they joined the United Nations. I filmed the first heart transplant by Dr. Christian Barnard in Cape Town, South Africa. I produced the first film inside the Louvre. Museum Without Walls, and we used the satellite uplink for the first time on this television program. You see, my programs were always timely. When I was doing the program in Moscow, on the Kremlin, I learned that Kennedy and Khrushchev were having a little argument. I fired off a cable to the White House and said, "Stop, you're lousing up my film." It wasn't until after I left Russia that I realized and found out that the little argument was the Cuban Missile Crisis. I was nonplussed, but I was invited to the White House, and I raced down there, walked in to see the president apologizing, and he said, "Jarvis, did you not know what the real deal was? I promised Khrushchev that if he got the missiles out of Cuba, I would take Lucy Jarvis out of the Kremlin."